Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a very exciting day for me. I just went and bought me a TIG welder. So I bought me a Lincoln Square Wave. This is a TIG 200. It comes with your TIG torch. It comes with some tungsten, a 110, 120 volt adapter. So you have one of each. It comes with your ground clamp, and this machine also runs a stick rod. My working lead is over here in that box still. Probably will never use it for that since I have those that crackerjack welder right back there. It also comes with your foot pedal. So I got me a good foot pedal there and your regulators. What you have to buy separately for the TIG is your bottle of argon back there. That is 100% argon. But I have never TIGged before. So I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube. The first thing I've learned we need to do is ground down some tungsten. So I'm gonna grab me some tungsten. This is a, what is this? This is a 1/16 inch tungsten, and I'm going to grind a 30-degree point into it. So let's get right to work. The welder is all ready and it is set up now. Looking for my torch for y'all. So I got the tungsten in the torch, as you can see right there. Probably gonna have to stick it out a little bit farther than that here in a little bit. But what we are going to be doing today is building me a new welding cart for my TIG welder. As most of y'all have probably seen before, this is my MIG and my plasma cutter table. It's gonna be based off the exact same design. The only thing is, whenever we get done building it, that one is going to have, it's gonna have filler rod holders and tungsten holders on it, and maybe some shelves on the bottom. That might come after this video, might do it off the camera, but the main thing is getting the actual welding cart itself built. And then also I'm gonna be making some lead holders, just lead wraps on this, because it drives me nuts having it all just wrapped up down there, and then I have my MIG just wrapped up around the MIG welder. But other than that, we are going to start cutting some metal and getting ready to build the table. I went ahead and got all the top of the table cut out, grinded the edges down with a tiger paw, and now it is ready to use my TIG. You will remember this corner of the table being my very first TIG weld. Try to walk the cup in there. You can kind of see the, no, you can't see anything. Actually, I was burning it too hot though. If you can tell, it is like inset. So I know I was burning it a little bit too hot, but no, we'll hold at least. It's still square. So we're good there. We'll start on the next corners tomorrow. Okay, so the tabletop has been tacked together. On this corner, the rest of the top has been welded. So this is my first weld. I grinded it down because I had it at the wrong angle. It must have shrunk in whenever I was welding it. So we had to cut it down, re-weld it. I just grinded it flat. But that's my next weld after that. Starting to look a little bit better. And then this was my last weld I did. And that one looks pretty good. Pretty good for not knowing how to TIG. So I'm gonna practice that some more after we get the table built, but we are going to start doing it with my MIG welder and get this thing knocked out. The table is laying on its side now, got it all welded up. Just wanted to show you all this real quick. So I tried a new technique than I usually do. I actually did a pull and push motion whenever I was welding these. I usually do circles, or on bigger material, I hold it for a second on this piece, and then I hold it for a second on this piece and move fast across the middle. And that creates a real nice looking weld. But this push and pull did really nice on this smaller tubing. I try to do the wait a second on each side. But as you can see here, my machine is turned up way too high and I can't turn it down any lower for the size wire I have. So I'm glad this technique worked out. But the next thing we need to do is start welding the tops on. So I have this sheet of metal left over from my truck bed build. This is the what I use for my side skirts. It is 25 inches by 8 foot. I'm gonna cut it right in half, put the this side on top, and then on this side over here, I'm gonna have to cut corners out for the legs. So that piece in the bottom, and then I have another sheet of metal behind you I'm going to do some cutting on. That is going to be for the bottle holder. And then also I'm going to put a little shelf here to put a bench vise inside the welding cart. So that's what we're going to be doing now. So the tabletop and the bottom shelf is on now, as you can see there. Just did about 1.5 inch welds all the way down it. Did 5 on the top, 5 on the bottom, and then 3 on each sides. So the next thing we need to do is go over here. Excuse all the mess. I need to clean up after my air intake video. But I need to take this plate, grind down that corner, and then grind down that edge, or knock all the slag off of it. And then this is going to sit on, let me walk back over here. It's gonna sit on this corner of the table, about this height right here, and then the bench grinder will sit on top of that. So we need to weld another 2x2 square tube in across there, and then drop 2 pieces of angle iron down on this side. The bench grinder holder is now complete. Got it welded in there with some angle iron. This is 1/2 inch, 1.5 inches. Put a plate down here on the bottom, and then I put this bar across the side. So we have a plenty sturdy structure for this bench vise or bench grinder. The thing I need to do is take off these protective covers so this can be pulled forward. I always wear safety glasses when I work on stuff like this, so I don't need those protective covers anyway. Then I went over here and put on the bottle holder. And on these welds, this is where I was talking about weaving. So I started down here, held it for a second, and then went up here for a second, and then fast across the middle, back and forth. I call that weaving or stitch weld, and that is just something I've been working on. I still need some work on it, but it's looking better. But other than that, the bench is all done. For now, I am waiting on some stuff in the mail, and then I am also waiting on my casters. So that's all I can do for now, so I'll get back to y'all when all that stuff comes in. Table is now on the ground. Everything's looking good, it's level. The next thing we need to do is actually something I want to do to organize, and that is tungsten holders. So as you can see, when I open this, I have my blue tungsten in here. This is for mild steel. Let me see if I can get it back on there. There we go. And then I have 7 other tubes. If anyone knows all different colored tungstens, please leave a comment and let me know what they are and what they're for. I'm going to build a rack of 7, but I looked on the internet. I think there might be more than just 7. And then some other ones were like these colors minus the pink and the green or something like that. So I'm just confused. Don't really know what the different colors are. So if you will, please leave a comment and let me know. But the next thing we're going to do is weld all these together. And the reason why we're using 3/4 inch nuts is because these sit perfectly inside and they'll suspend inside just like that. So we're going to weld those together and figure out where we're going to put this. We got all those welded together. We got a base plate or a back plate cut out for this. And then this is going to be welded over here on the side. I'm going to weld this in place here in a second. Just cut that out. That's just going to be there for support on that flat strap. And then once my other stuff comes in from Amazon, I'm going to mount it right here. And I'm going to build me a handle that goes around here, kind of like that one over there. So that's what we're going to be doing next, is getting that welded in and then that welded onto the front. gonna wrap this video. Thank y'all for watching. So this is gonna be part 1 of 2 parts of building the TIG cart, which is over here. I've already finished it, edited the video. It's like 20 minutes long, which I think that's too long for a video, so I'm gonna cut it right in half. So come back in about 2 weeks and the next part will be out. So thank y'all for watching. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.